Are you trying to control your pain or symptoms? Whew. Control is a big topic, and I think it's a really common thing that people with neuroplastic pain or mind-body concerns will struggle with. Now for myself, I know I am a control freak. I've tried to not be a control freak, and over time it's lessened. But throughout my life, even since I was a child, because of my personality traits, I really always wanted to be in control. A lot of times due to fear or anxiety. Now, when I'm working with people, I see a common trend that people with neuroplastic pain or mind-body concerns really struggle with always wanting to be in control. And this can work in certain areas of our life, but it will not work with neuroplastic pain or symptoms. It just won't. I've seen it really stall people's recovery and prevent them from healing. Because here's the thing around control, Nicole Sachs talks about it as it's a form of fear. And she says, control is really just fear in fancy clothing. And I love that quote. I think it really emulates our issue with control. Because in our society, control is viewed as a good thing. He's really in control. He's really in control of his life. This is something that's viewed as a really amiable trait. But with neuroplastic pain and symptoms, what happens is it just puts us in this high alert zone. The more we try to control our healing, the harder it is for us to actually recover, because our nervous system and the emotional parts of our brain just feel more and more in danger. And I even think when I'm working with people with somatic tracking, for example, if you're doing somatic tracking and you're trying to control what the pain is doing while you're doing the tracking, you're not going to get very far. And I think Alan Gordon would even say this is not somatic tracking at this point, because you're not just being curious, you're not being light and at ease, you're not observing what the pain's doing and just focusing on changing the emotional response. Instead, you're doing it as a way to make your pain go away or reduce. So you want to be really careful here. And I want everyone to kind of question, am I trying to control my healing journey too much? Because this is something that really will, sabotage us in this way. Now, even for myself, even after I recovered from mind-body concerns, I still had struggles with anxiety. And I think even to this day, I still can struggle with anxiety sometimes. But I remember there was this period of about 2 years where I was feeling like really anxious. My anxiety was like off the charts. And, I was recovered from neuroplastic pain at this point, but anxiety had kind of taken its place. And everything I did, I'm a therapist, so I know all the strategies, I know all the techniques, but I was using them with such intensity and pressure to make the anxiety go away. And I really didn't get very far. It wasn't helping me in any regard. And then one day, I remember I went and I worked out, and I was also going to like a Christmas market later in the day, because this was around Christmas time. And I remember just deciding, today, I'm not going to try and control the anxiety. I'm not going to try and control it. I'm just going to really let it do its thing and try and enjoy my day as much as possible. And all of a sudden, this day I had less anxiety after that than I had in the 2 years prior. So it gives you context that when we trust the process and let go of control, whether it be anxiety or whether it be our pain or symptoms, that actually remarkable things can start to take place. Because what happened is those danger circuits in my brain just turned off, and then all of a sudden I wasn't experiencing anxiety anymore. It really had dissipated completely on its own. And I think we need to use this same template when we're working with neuroplastic pain or mind-body concerns, where we want to use the techniques, we want to follow the process, but at the same time, we don't want to control every single thing that we do. It's like if you're doing somatic tracking, I know keep using that example, but it's a good example. If you're doing somatic tracking 10 times a day, trying to make it go away, you're excessively trying to control your healing and make the symptom go away. So instead, what we need to shift to is really making the goal about safety. So instead of trying to make the goal, making your pain go away or making your symptom go away, shift to actually creating a sense of safety and make that the goal. I like saying this to people because it takes away the element of control. No longer are we trying to perfectly control what our pain or symptoms are doing. Instead, we're just putting in practices to create a sense of safety. Now on my channel, I have lots of different techniques you can use to work towards safety, and you'll have to do some exploring to find what fits best for you, but that needs to be the focus. So for the remainder of today, and for maybe the remainder of the week, try to see if you make the goal creating a sense of safety in your nervous system, and let go of the goal of trying to make the pain go away, and see what the results are. So I hope this video was helpful. Please put your questions or comments down below, hit the like button, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.